Have you ever wondered who really holds the power in India? Is it Parliament, the Prime Minister, or the Supreme Court? The answer isn't simple, and that's by design. Today, I'm diving into the separation of powers in India and the dramatic tug-of-war that shaped the country's democracy. Let's start at the top. India's constitution divides government into three branches: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Parliament and state assemblies make the laws. The president, prime minister, and their council run the government. The Supreme Court and high courts interpret the law and protect the constitution. Sounds neat, right? But in India, these lines are intentionally a bit blurry. The constitution wanted balance, not barriers. But history, it had other plans. Early on, in the 1950s, the Supreme Court was a bit cautious, like in the famous A.K. Gopalan case. But soon, the court got bolder, declaring its right to review Parliament's actions. The real blockbuster came in 1973, with the Kesavananda Bharati case. The Supreme Court said Parliament can amend the Constitution, but not destroy its basic structure. That ruling put the brakes on any wild power grabs. But then came the emergency. In 1975, the executive, basically the government in power, used its authority to clamp down on rights. Parliament even passed the 42nd Amendment, trying to shield itself from any pesky judicial review. But in 1980, the Minerva Mills judgment flipped the script, tearing down those restrictions, reminding everyone, the Constitution sits above all. Federalism brought its own drama. The central government often used President's rule to dismiss state governments, citing constitutional breakdowns, sometimes just to flex political muscle. The Supreme Court stepped in again, especially in S.R. Bommai's case, insisting that such dismissals can't escape judicial scrutiny. No more unchecked dismissals. Another win for checks and balances. Fast forward to the 1990s and beyond. The Supreme Court became increasingly proactive, sometimes accused of making laws instead of just interpreting them, especially with public interest litigation. Critics call this judicial overreach. Supporters say it's necessary when other branches fail to act. And today, the battle's still on. Who gets to appoint judges? The executive, the legislature, or the judiciary itself? The answer keeps shifting. New laws and court judgments keep the debate alive, with both sides claiming they're defending democracy. So what's the big takeaway? India's separation of powers isn't a rigid wall. It's more like a living, breathing negotiation. The rifts and clashes from the emergency to today's appointment debates haven't broken the system. They've made it stronger by constantly forcing every branch to justify its power and respect its limits. That's what keeps Indian democracy alive and evolving.